What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. This is episode 1 of turning my stock Silvia S15 into my dream car. Let's get it.
It's kind of obvious that the guy before this, he kept up with the maintenance, yes, but not to the extent that I would like. Alright, so let's go to the back here and see what we got installed for today. Alright, so let's do the easy thing first. Alright, I want to go ahead and install this air filter. I've noticed that the car's gas mileage is actually really bad. So I've been doing a lot of research online, and a lot of the things that I've gotten here are things I've bought because I want to increase that fuel efficiency. I want to not have to refill once every single week. So there's a couple of things that could be causing this issue, and I've gone online and checked. One of them is that I might have a bad solenoid valve for the charcoal canister. So I went ahead and bought a new one. In this box over here, I've gotten a brand new O2 sensor, because I've read that this might also be a reason as to why it's consuming so much petrol. Next, I've gotten a brand new fuel filter. I don't think the one has ever been changed in this one. And in this one, I'm really excited to install this. These are brand new ignition cables, or spark plug cables. But I really like these ones because they match the color scheme I'm planning to go with for this car, which is blue, because of the seats. I've already went ahead and changed the spark plugs. When I spoke to the person who I bought this car off of, he told me he had never changed the spark plugs. Next, I want to change the cabin filter as well. I'm gonna do this one last, I think. I think we should go ahead and get started with the easiest thing, and that is with the air filter. Look at that. Brand new, nice and clean. Alright. Alright, so something different about these spark plugs. I'm used to the spark plugs that come with the bolts, but these ones are simple. You pull them up, just like that. No bolts involved, nothing. At the same time I installed the spark plugs, I went ahead and changed out this blue line, in case you can't see it right now. The one that was there before, completely rotten. So I had no choice but to change it. There was a lot of tears in the rubber right here and right here in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and loosen this bolt right here. To me, it looks like that is going to be the easiest one to do. Alright, I think that's loose enough as is. So it looks like there's only 3 prongs here that I need to flip in order to get it out. So let's get that out. Oh, okay. It seems that there's a 4th one right here at the back. So once I flipped off, let's see if it comes out. Okay. Let's shake her loose. Oh, don't fall away. Put you on the ground. Ooh, and off she comes. Oh, let's see the underside. Look at that. Filthy. What is this? Looks like a leaf or something. This is clearly clogged in certain parts here with a lot of oil and grime, it looks like. So let's swap this one out with the new one. Let's put this one here for the meantime. Look at that, completely different, like night and day. Oh, but I'm noticing that the new one I got has some aluminum lining on the sides here, whereas this one here only has on the top and the bottom, it looks like. Let's put that down there for now, and let's put the new baby in. Nice and snug. All right, let's put that. All right, that's that one locked down. I think for the next one, we should go ahead and remove this old solenoid and change it out for the new one. Let's unscrew it first. Will this one fit? No, it will not. Oh my god. That was a bit tough. All right, there we go. I went ahead and I disconnected the battery. No matter what type of electronics you're busy working on, even if it's like a small plug like this, it's always important to disconnect the battery so you don't accidentally short something. Trust me, I've made the exact same mistake when I was just changing a simple spark plug. I shorted out my main fuse, so I had to take my old car's engine apart just to replace a simple fuse. That looks good, though the rubber ceilings on here look kind of old. I think at a later stage I'm gonna have to replace those as well. Well, this car is 25 years old now, so naturally there are gonna be a lot of old parts on it. But my ultimate goal is to make this car run like it just came off the factory line. Let's get the new solenoid. Alright, first thing you want to do when you remove this, obviously you're gonna want to remove these tubes. Disconnect the hoses right here. Which is fairly easy to do. But surprisingly, it can be a little bit challenging to remove the hoses from the actual nozzle here. So what I'm going to use is this thing. I found it lying around in my garage. Don't actually know what it's for, but it's got this little ledge here, and it's proven itself pretty useful. So look at that, like butter. Oof. Oof. Thank you. You've served your car very, very well for the past 25 years. Time for you to retire, buddy. Okay, that's on there nice and snug. Alright, that's down, that's nice and snug. Let's tighten these ones down a bit more. And let's plug her in. Alright, next thing I want to do is install the spark plugs. Look at that. Really, really nice. And look, they even got like a number there for convenience, so you know exactly which one you're putting in. The old ones do have the numbers as well, but they're a little bit faded. Oh yeah, they also come with some extra clip things here, so you can clip it into the engine bay here. From this engine block, there seems to be a specific pattern that they follow. So this one connects to this one, it goes over the top here, and this one connects directly to the one here. I don't know exactly how these engines work, but I would assume putting the new ones in the exact same order would be better for the car, and I would definitely avoid problems that way. Also, I noticed that these ones seem to have these plastic coverings on them. I think these might be some extra heat shielding from the engine, because as you can see here, from this direction, it makes direct contact with the cylinder head here. So I think I want to take these things off, transplant them over to the other one, and then install them that way. But before I start anything else, I'm going to take these heat shieldings off, and I'm going to work with that. I'm going to start with one. I'm going to first put this heat shield on this one. Real pain in the ass to do it. There has to be an easier way to do this. I'll take the one off number 2. Spin that around that way. Where are you? 3, number 2. Number 2, yes. Number 3. Let's do number 3 first. And last one. All right, so that's all 4 of them covered. I'm gonna now start with replacing them each. Okay. Voila. I think this is now my favorite tool. Look at that. Oh, easy as that. Take this one off. And like I said before, with these types, just pop. You don't have to put much pressure in it at all. They come off pretty easily. Right, there's number 1. Oh, okay, would you look at that? Okay, so number 3 looks like it has something attached to it. In that case, I'm gonna plug this one back in. It might be easier to start from 4 and then work backwards. Come on, off. Number 4 has 3 connections, it looks like. Parts that hold it in place. So it looks like it connects to this one, which is attached to number 2, and then it connects again to another cable, something that holds it in place, to cable 3. And then it has another smaller one here. I don't really know what that one's purpose is, but let's take that one off. Okay, number 4, let's plop it in there. I want that one a little bit more straight, so instead of that, in right there. Pop that baby out. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to take number 2 out if I want to disconnect number 3. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Let's disconnect number 4. Let's do 2 at the same time. But very important, guys, remember exactly where each one goes. You don't want to put it in a different position. I'm not sure if that will do anything bad to your engine, but I wouldn't want to take a risk, especially with your car. And especially if it's a car that you love. Oh, look at that. Okay, so this one looks... Can I take this off? Okay, it looks like I can take this off and just transplant this onto my blue cable here. All right, let's lock her in. I want to remove this clip here and attach it to this one right over here. So let's take this one out fully. It looks like I can pull it apart. Oh, okay, that came off pretty easily. Okay, all right, and it's off. I hope it didn't break. Ah, okay, I see. So they connect, there's got a latch here and it's got a latch at the bottom over here. So I think they just connect like that. Pretty simple, actually. All right, so let's attach it to the blue one. Ooh, I love that clicking sound. All right, that, like a glove, that fit on perfectly. Let's plug this one in. All right, if I remember correctly, 2 went into the slot at the bottom and 4 went in the top. Okay, doesn't that look good? I feel like the engine pops a lot more now when you look at it directly. So now all that's left to do is install the new O2 sensor, this one right here, and the fuel filter. All right, so the O2 sensor is very, very simple to find. It's right here, out in plain view. To get to it, it looks like you're gonna have to go through this exhaust manifold cover. Holy hell, these bolts, I've never seen anything more rusted than these. So I think I'm going to have a very, very unhappy time taking these off. So the fuel filter is going to be located right here, directly opposite on the other side of the engine, snugly between the intake manifold and this part here. This one looks a lot easier to do. Keyword there is looks easier. So I think I'll do this one first before I do the other one. So this one is from Pitwork. I haven't really seen any negative reviews on Pitwork. I've also got an oil filter. It was also from Pitwork. Hopefully this one treats me well. It looks like the fuel filter is also clipped in like this. Like you just slide it in and it stays in place. So hopefully I can just push it out. Okay, right, and that came out fairly easily. So this is going to be a bit more difficult to take off than I thought it was. Let's use trusty old plastic thingy. It seems I can just detach this. Alright, and out she goes. So as you see, this is where it attaches, as I was saying before. You just plop it in, one of the fuel line goes here, and the main fuel filter slots in right over there. But it was getting too much in the way, so I removed it. So now that we've freed up some space, it should be a lot easier now to remove this oil filter. Might be easier to deal with. So I finally got this thing off, and you can, if you can't tell already by the how dark it's gotten, it took me a long ass time. These rubbers were a pain in the ass to get off of this little spout here. I had to use all of these tools you see here just to try and pry it off. Before we put this back in, let's reattach the mounts so we can attach the new one. All right, let's get busy. That is now installed. Well, the old one wasn't in too bad a shape actually, but out with the old and in with the new, as they say. It might be wise of us to install the bottom one first, because this one is going to be the most pain in the ass when it comes to screwing on that nodule again. I probably should have attached the thing on first before putting this thing back on. At least installing it is a lot simpler than taking it out. Alright, that looks like it's back to normal. And let's reattach the last pipe. Hopefully this goes as smooth as the other ones did. Alright, it's about time to attach the last tube, this top one over here that gave me so much damn hassle to take off. As you can see here, even on the edges, it's been pecked away just a little bit with me trying to like pry it off with the screwdrivers and whatnot. But that's okay, I'm going to be buying some new ones anyways. Hopefully I can find ones in blue, if they make them in blue. And she's on. That was so much simpler than the other one was. Time to tighten this one back up again, and then we are done with the fuel filter install. Okay, and that is the fuel filter done. It looks like I still have some sunlight, so I think I can maybe install the O2 sensor. It shouldn't take too long. But let's hope those rusted bolts don't give me as much hassle as these tubes did. Alright, so it looks like it's got 6 bolts holding it together. There's one here, one here, one here, one here, and then 2 right here. They're a bit difficult to see from this angle, but they're right over there. So if I want to access the old one, I'm going to have to remove this piece of junk here. This thing is really old. You see it's got some cracks over here, and like the metal here is completely broken. Okay, we have movement. Mosquitoes have started coming out. And there she is. Look at that. It's surprisingly very clean on the inside, but when you look from the outside, lots of rust on the corners, especially along the rim here. This double layer is definitely starting to peel because the water or whatever the rust is starting to rot from inside of that second layer, and that is why we have some splitting here on the sides here. Alright, let's put this to one side and let's deal with that O2 sensor. Alright, so as you can see here, plain and open. The exhaust manifold here, very rusty. You You can see that it leaves a mark. That's how much rust is on this thing. All right, so let's get a wrench and let's get this O2 sensor out and replace it with a new one. Right, so none of my wrenches were big enough, so I had to bust out this one, my adjustable wrench. Hopefully this one can help me take this thing off. Finally! Oh wow. Have a look at that O2 sensor, guys. To be honest, it doesn't really look all that bad shape, to be honest. But as I'll say again, out with the old, in with the new. Let's double check that they will match. Yeah, they're gonna match. Online, when I bought this, it said this is for my car, but it seems a little bit different, doesn't it? This one's got quite a lot of slots in it, as you can see here, for the air to the exhaust air to go into. And this one only has 4, but they are significantly larger. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up, but the hole on this one is a lot larger than the one on this old version. So perhaps this one might be better. I don't know. I'm not a car guy. But let's go ahead and finalize this install and attach this one to the car. It's a little bit difficult to work through, so I'll just tighten this in increments. Okay, I think that should do. Let's reconnect the battery and let's start her up. Alright, I just want to I'm not going to tighten down the battery just yet. I want to make sure that there's no issues. Let's hear the car start up, and from there, if everything seems okay, then we can tighten everything down and then finish up. Okay. Alright, and that is it. Alright, as you can see, the Silvia is starting. She's running perfectly fine. It doesn't seem like there's any leaks coming from the exhaust manifold over there. And that's gonna be all for today. I'm just gonna put that exhaust cover back on, and that'll be all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and please hit that bell icon so you can get more videos from me. See you guys.